our flight's been cancelled, so we've been posted to a hotel. So we thought we'd stay in and film a video. I've been thinking about doing a gap year series, and it's to kind of talk to you about gap years and should we do them, and different things that we've experienced on our gap year, and hints and tips that we have. So this one is to do or not to do a gap year and our thoughts on that. Obviously this is totally from our perspective. We are doing Project Trust. We are away from home for an entire year, volunteering in a third world country, and in our case the Dominican Republic, and so it is our kind of views on that. Quite often people will just know in their heart if you're going to do a gap year or not, but if you guys are on the bench, yeah, I always knew, probably why we're here today, but if you guys are on the bench, these tips also might help you.
Useful.
Okay, so we'll start with the pros. So, pros of going on a gap year. Number 1, travelling. Get to go to places you haven't been before.
See different cultures, see different people, put yourself in situations which you didn't think you were going to be put into.
Yeah, and when you're out of your comfort zone, you kind of are more adventurous, and I feel that when you're travelling you talk to more people and you're more open about having conversations about...
You're kind of forced to.
Yeah, about your own country, about their countries, and you learn so much more. And we often find ourselves talking to taxi drivers, bus drivers, just people on the bus about their lives, and it's interesting to hear other people's perspective, and I feel that we do that much more often than at home. Yeah, we've met some really interesting people. One of the other people who's on our flight is a painter, and he's been showing us all his art, and it's really interesting, and we've been talking to him about Cuba and his life here and his views on the society, and it's really interesting to hear somebody else's perspective. So, pro numero dos. Freedom. Oh, that's so appropriate.
I was going for the Beyonce song.
Freedom. You'll do the higher one. Freedom. Yes, you get to try. Oh, wait.
Well, you get to go whenever you... Well, basically, if you've got the job that we've got, so teaching, you'll have weekends free because they didn't have school, so then you can go to the beach, do what you want. You've got no chores to do at home.
You have a lot more time to do the things that you want to do. So, for example, we're both improving your Spanish. I'm learning Spanish from scratch. You have time to dedicate yourself to learning a new language, to learn new skills. I started embroidery.
Oh, I thought you were going to say I've started the ukulele. Izzy's been teaching me the ukulele.
Izzy has improved her cookery skills and is going to write a cookbook.
I am now.
Go on now. Nothing happens unless you organise it. But
organise Sacha.
Organisation for right here. Numero 3. Fundraising and earning money.
Fundraising and earning
This is an essential skill. Would you agree with me, Isabel?
Yes, it was stressful.
You got to give them
passion. Yes.
Well, we're here to fundraise £6,200 to come out here, so that was intense. Organisation of events, actually really committing yourself to what you're doing. We did good. High five.
We both made it.
Yeah. We earned it. We feel like we've achieved this, and I feel really proud of myself for doing
It makes
that.
you more committed for the year.
Yeah.
If it's a tough project like ours, it makes you more willing to take the challenge instead of being like, oh,
I don't want to give up now. I don't want to give up after all that fundraising.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that.
Oh, my parents paid for it, so I can just give up now.
Yeah, and also people that aren't doing necessarily voluntary projects, if you're at home earning money, that's also a really, really essential life skill to learn how to look after yourself and still alive. And earning money for university, if you intend to go to university, that's pretty handy. Yeah, it's pretty good to earn money and get a job.
Also learning on a budget how to eat healthily, because we were not good at that.
It's difficult, but we've done it. We're doing it. We're improving. At the beginning of the year, we found it really, really tough to eat really healthy foods with
partly because we were just meeting the locals, so we'd always go to their houses and The dish of the day was rice and beans.
The dish of every day is rice and beans.
Sometimes plantain.
Oh, if we're lucky. And a bit salami. Pro number 4. Growing up. Do you feel like you've grown up?
Definitely.
I feel like I've grown up. Growing up, looking after yourself, being able to cook and clean and...
Wash your clothes on a
Yeah.
regular basis, otherwise you run out of pants and then it's a bit of a disaster.
We've had weeks without any water in our project and...
Always smell bad.
Do you really want to put that online? We have been able to see the difficult situation and overcome the difficult situation. Okay, cons. You're not studying for an entire year, so obviously when you're not looking at books and learning new things, you forget stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's as simple as that. There is a pro of having time out. We've researched quite a lot about our courses and...
we have internet.
Yes, and so I've read a couple of sociology course books, and you've been listening to some English tapes. We've got more time to learn about our courses and
before we actually get there.
Yeah, prepare ourselves. But the other side of that, flip side, is that we aren't in the mindset of like study. And I think that if I was asked to write an essay right now, I'd be like,
I'd have to get back into.
Yeah.
Well, we were writing.
I wrote it at home, and literally, my writing was like.
It's awful.
Anyway, number 2, loss of contact. It's not nice to hear it, but it is true that when you go away for a year, you are going to lose contact with some of your friends.
Harsh reality.
Harsh reality, something like that. My real friends are the ones that keep into contact with me, and the other ones aren't like my best friends. So. I mean, I don't have such a big group of friends anymore, but the ones, yeah, it does. It shows you who your real friends are. But it is a two-way thing. You have to keep in contact with them if you do want to keep in contact with them.
You can't be expecting them to message you. You have to message them as well.
Definitely.
FaceTime is a miracle.
FaceTime's good. We've had such blurry conversations with our friends, but just seeing their faces, like getting to chat with them, it's special. And so you do have to really put the effort in. So. It's not necessarily a con unless you make it a con, I think. Yeah? Cost. Number 3, cost. So if you're not wanting to spend your entire gap year at home and you do want to travel, you do want to do chalet girling, chalet boying, what do you call it? You want to travel, you want to volunteer, there are obviously costs involved, which means that you have to earn money or you have to fundraise, and that is tough, especially as in your last year of school you're doing your really important exams. It's quite time consuming.
I do know a few people who've solidly worked hard for a few months and then gone travelling.
Yeah, there's obviously time in your year.
There's different options. Yeah.
But for us, we were leaving in August, so we had to have our money together before we went, which was really, really tough. And I remember being very stressed during my IB exams and your A-levels. But yes, you do have to be really committed if you want to earn money and fundraise. I think that's fair to say. Oh, number 4.
Self-conservation is the idea that within your community you have to be aware of what you're sharing with people. You have to realise that when you first arrive, you haven't got your friends there, so you're trying to make friends, and you can be too trusting of people, so you can tell them everything about yourself. And you have to realise that sometimes with these cultures, you want to keep something secret.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, I don't hang out with my underwear in the garden. You do.
I do.
I don't hang it out in the garden because I don't want all the neighbours to see my underwear. They don't need to see my underwear, it's for me.
Yeah. And they all, when you meet new people, you automatically want to add them on social media, and so they're going to see your private lives.
Everything.
This is definitely more to do with volunteering and staying within a community. And sometimes they can be, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why are you dressing like this? Why have you got those earrings in? Why are you not going to church?
Especially if they're not so integrated with Western ways.
You have to learn to share what you want to share and keep private what you want to keep private, which is totally fair. And for some people it's probably really easy to do, but we have noticed that it's something to pay attention to. Shall we do the final bit?
The final bit.
Thanks for watching. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe subscribe button below. That would be really
Sorry,
kind.
well.
We will see you in episode número 2.
Hola.
Goodbye.
Adios.